A little while back, media outlets reported that Geoff Johns, DC's chief creative officer, said that the Flashpoint movie was going to have Batman in it. That's DC's upcoming planned cinematic version of the Flashpoint storyline in DC Comics, where Flash, Barry Allen, runs back in time and changes the past in order to, make his mother still be alive because she had originally been dead, but accidentally, he unintentionally causes changes in the present day because he changes the past, and it messes up the DC Comics timeline. And they're going to adapt that storyline, or they plan to, in live action in the Flash's first movie called Flashpoint. And it was unsure when Flashpoint was announced if it was how faithful it was going to be to the comics and which characters are going to be in it. But apparently Batman's going to be in it. However, Geoff Johns didn't say which Batman we were going to get. In the comics, the Batman of Flashpoint is Thomas Wayne, Bruce Wayne's father, who becomes Batman instead of Bruce Wayne. In the altered timeline that Flash changes accidentally, the criminal who was supposed to have killed Bruce Wayne's parents actually kills Bruce Wayne himself instead. And his father, Thomas, is driven insane and vengeful by that and becomes Batman because of his son's death, and he becomes a much more hardcore Batman than the Batman we know ever became. And Bruce Wayne's mother, Martha Wayne, she goes insane and becomes the Joker, that timeline's Joker. And that's how those two characters, are transformed by the son's death. Now, in Batman v Superman, Bruce Wayne's father, Thomas Wayne, was played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan. So if they decide to have Thomas Wayne be the Batman in Flashpoint, it would be Jeffrey Dean Morgan once again taking up that character's mantle. And it'll be curious to see who will be playing Bruce Wayne in Flashpoint, whether that will be Ben Affleck or someone else. In the Flashpoint comic, Barry Allen does eventually set the timeline right again, but in the process, the adult Bruce Wayne of the regular timeline meets the adult Thomas Wayne of the Flashpoint timeline, and they have like a father-son bonding moment, outside of time and that sort of thing. And it'll be interesting if it's the Ben Affleck version of Bruce Wayne meeting the Jeffrey Dean Morgan version of Thomas Wayne, because if you know, there have been certain allegations against Ben Affleck where when he was younger, he, I guess, groped a TV host reporter, Hillary Burton. This is several years ago. And now Hillary Burton in real life, she's married to Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He's her husband now. So it would be weird for the two of them to act alongside each other now after all this has come to light. So if Ben Affleck stays playing Bruce Wayne in the DC Cinematic Universe, the DC Extended Universe, I don't know, he's going to have to do some apologizing or some kind of conflict mediation between him and Jeffrey Dean Morgan to make sure that they're able to work together nicely after that happened. Of course, it happened several years ago. It's kind of ancient history now, so I don't know if anybody really cares that much. It was kind of people in the public and in the media who kind of lost their minds over it about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And it was something that happened a very long time ago. So I don't know if any of these people even care about this anymore because it was a very old incident. Flashpoint is rumored to include Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. And, in the Flashpoint storyline in the comics, Wonder Woman goes evil and becomes kind of a dictator. And there's a war with Atlantis, and Aquaman is evil too. Well, they're just more militaristic and hardcore versions of themselves. And the war between Atlantis and Themyscira, that's Wonder Woman's homeworld, becomes so bad that, it threatens to destroy the world, and other superheroes of that time period have to band together to stop both of them from just wrecking everything. And they could adapt that storyline in the Flashpoint movie too, and bring all the members of the Justice League back and play different versions of themselves. And that would include Jason Momoa too. And of course, Ezra Miller. And Superman, Henry Cavill, would have to show up again too, because he's instrumental in Flashpoint as well. They're all instrumental. But I'll be curious to see if Flashpoint happens, like I said before, because Warner Brothers did say a while ago that Flashpoint's being greenlit is going to depend on Justice League's success. And Justice League, at least domestically in the United States, it hasn't had a very good opening weekend. It's been disappointing. I guess 98 or 99 million. And this was a movie that was originally projected to have like 130 or 150 opening weekend in the US. And then those were adjusted downward a bit to 110 to 115. But still, internationally, Justice League's been doing pretty well. So its opening weekend total worldwide is 281 million. That's pretty good. And there have been other reports that Justice League will need to make about $600 million to be profitable total in its whole theatrical run for Warner Brothers. So we'll see. They're almost halfway there already. So Justice League may at least turn a profit. Maybe not a huge big one, as big as Warner Brothers had hoped, but it may still be fruitful and we may still get a Flashpoint movie. If it's true that Flashpoint's, survival depends on how well Justice League does. Because DC certainly seems to be making other solo superhero films already that independent of how well Justice League does. Like Shazam and Aquaman and some others, Wonder Woman 2, of course. So I don't know, maybe we'll still get a Flashpoint movie regardless. But anyways, that's my quick DC movie update. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like the channel, do all that good stuff, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.